Then we begin. Please, awesome. Welcome to the Dice Are Bad Storytellers. This is Remalin. This is our fourth session, and I am joined by the lovely Matt, Josh, and Maddie playing Kyle, Leopold, and Kubo, respectively. And we are in the midst of a little bit of a pickle. I would say a little large bit of a pickle, as we are in Prison 4. The cinder block strewn prison near the coastal region of Sheen City has seen a lot of action lately, as Leopold has been interred deep in the second floor basement where executions are taking place, as Kubo has just gotten to him and managed to make his a imprisoner unconscious, beating him over the head with his sword, as our wonderful mastermind rogue up above has cut off communication with any official sources of assistance. And you guys are in the midst of all of these combats and interactions. It's chaos here. The people in the yard on the first floor are only just starting to get a hold of the combat and the brawl that has gone off, and the alarms have finally started calming down. And you can hear the canine units were this close to being released. It was getting so chaotic, but the guards have managed to keep things under wraps for now. And right as this happens, four black, scary, kind of retro-looking automobiles bumbled up and parked in front of the prison in view of the guard room that our rogue is in. This is like midday, high noon, chaos, panic, all this stuff happening. There are a couple places in the street where there's just, gouts of pooled blood strewn over the hallways, and it's clear there have just been brawls and beat ups and just teeth in weird places they shouldn't be. It's very, 1950s brawl energy, brawl in the prison yard. And we're going to roll a dice to see at what place we start at. But because we don't know, you guys can't communicate to each other. So this is just to avoid some metagaming here. I don't think Kubo will know about these four, cars beneath. So 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 will be Leo, 3 will be Matt, and 4 will be Kubo. 2. Leo, you are unconscious. You were not making dex saves because they want to keep you alive, but you have been kind of falling through hell in your mind for the past several minutes as these crows circle about you and these demonic creatures just kind of waltz about your soul, reminding you that each contract you make does have a price. Is there anything you're doing? What would Leo be doing in this scenario mentally?
It's my very first time in this.
I think this is your first dream where you realize, oh, they're cognizant of what I'm doing. There's a ledger down here,
Well, the first, I guess 10 seconds is and then realize what's going on, and I'm seeing the birds. I'm like, okay, and I'm slowly, look around and try to process what's going on. I'm like, all right, I think I'm in a dreamy realm kind of thing. Is there anything I can see, or am I just endlessly falling?
You seem to be endlessly falling, and as you we'll kind of come back to you and visit here as we go. You might get more information from your mind being in hell for longer or not, so it's kind of up to you. As you're falling, you see beneath you that there is this large strewn like there is a pit of lava beneath you that you are approaching very, very quickly. And you seem to be able to sense everything. You seem to be able to feel your body. Like, this feels very real. And we're going to cut away before you might hit this lava, but I want you to roll me 3 d20s as if they were death saving throws, and let me know what you get.
And then I really die.
3 nat 1s, reroll.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. A natural 20, natural 1, and then 11. Well, the 11 was first, but yeah.
Wow. I did not think that you were going to get an opportunity to do this. I thought it would take a long time. So with that, you have the option of pulling yourself out of this nightmare. You realize, like, as you're falling, like, I know how contracts work. I'm not supposed to be here. This is too early. If you choose to, you can get out of this nightmare.
Too early. Oh, yeet! I'm out of here.
Okay.
Out of here.
Sorry, what?
Yes, I am out of here. 1,000,000%. If I have the ability to do so, I will do it now.
Okay. As you're about to hit the lava, and then it's just like you're asleep. You just go unconscious. You don't wake up.
Okay.
Kubo, we'll just do this. We'll roll one more here. 1 and 2 is Kubo. 3 and 4 is Kyle. It was a 2, so now we're back to Kubo. Kubo, as you've just finished bashing this guy over the head with your sword, his glamour has fallen. It's clear that he's a dwarf on the ground. You see Leo's body just like doing that thing in his sleep where he's just trying to run like a dog chasing something, and then he suddenly stops moving.
So Kubo last time also, I think that he just finished kind of like taking the wallet off this guy and everything, and he just is like, okay, okay, and he just picks him up and like throws him over his shoulder. And is like, we just gotta go. Not enough time to figure out what's going on there, so.
Okay, you put him onto his shoulder. Are you just leave the way you came?
Hesitantly, yeah. I remember one of the guards that I like persuaded last time, right? Like they left to go quote unquote get help. But I'm gonna look around. Is there like I'm so sorry, Leo. Is there something I can put over his head? Maybe or like over him as I leave? So that they don't know like whose body I'm taking.
Gonna bag me.
There's a lot of glass all over the place, but there's enough light now down here that you can clearly see like a bag that was already used once to hide his head.
Yeah, we're doing the bag again. Kubo is hoping he's hoping, he's like, oh sweet, so if I cover him up, maybe I can just lie and say that like I'm just taking a dead body out of here. Because obviously from the looks of this place it's pretty grisly. Maybe this is normal.
Roll me like an investigation check here.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 6.
A 6. Okay. I will give you this for free, but you look around, you don't see anything that you could like wheel the body out on. It looks like they had already closed everything up, like the crypt and the morgue and moved the bodies out of this area already. So you don't see any like convenient gurney. But I will say, as you look in the mirror, you realize that, your disguise is both makeup as well as a bit of magic. You're looking a little scuffed up. Like there are a couple places where it looks like you've got like a cut. We're just like running around a corner really tight, and it's like brushed off some of your makeup, and you can see some orange, underneath your makeup, or like you just look like your tie is loose,
I look like I just have been killing people. So that's a good gimme. Is this guy that I just beat up? His name was Sebastian, right? Do you have like a cloak or something? Maybe I need to look like covered up a bit.
He is dressed very formally as well. Maybe a little less formally than Kubo is normally, but kind of white collar, casual.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put his white collar coat on Leo. I'm gonna put the bag on Leo's head.
Okay, yeah. You're in a nice furry Peabody coat.
Enough, it looks like I'm bloody.
Over you.
Well, if I can, if Leo had a coat, maybe I'll take Leo's coat, because now my story's switching to saying that Sebastian fell, and I'm trying to run him upstairs.
My coat is white, just so you know.
I'm also wearing a white coat. Okay.
Okay.
Try whatever works, but that's Kubo's plan. We'll see how this goes.
So you start to leave with Leo. You just leave Sebastian's unconscious body on the ground?
I don't think I can carry him and Leo. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping from the dream that he'd wake up, but he didn't. And I don't have any smelling salts, so...
Punch me in the throat.
Paladin,
I did take his wallet. I mean, that's something.
No, yeah, you've got some information. Do you have any healing as a paladin?
Yeah, If you just lay of hands on him for 1 damage, and that'll get him up.
Yeah.
I can turn the unholy. I can divine sense.
You get
You have
lay
a
on
lay on
hands
hands
level
pool?
2.
Oh, I do.
That's
Whoa,
just hit
I
points.
apologize. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. I'm laughing at this now. So I'm only gonna do
1 point is
1
all you need
damage.
to get him up, technically.
I'm just trying to make sure that I don't attack you with 25 hit points, Leo, or however that works. But yeah, I'm gonna use 2 to wake you up. Never mind. Maybe actually that's perfect. In the heat of the moment, Kubo was just ready to go, and then he's like, "Oh wait, no, I can do magic."
Okay, so is he on your shoulder while you're doing this?
He was. I think I'm gonna take him off of my shoulder now.
Okay. Picturing like a butt grab,
Wake him
2
up.
points, but okay, you
Interesting way to wake up.
I
put
feel
him
like
back on
that
the
would
ground.
be.
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. And then it's just like when they would like bring people, like they shock their heart. Kubo like like rubs his hands together and just kind of like lays our hands on Leo.
You shoot awake, yeah.
Oh, Leo, my friend, hello. It's good that you've come to. How many fingers do you see me holding?
I don't know. I don't even know how much HP I have now.
Oh, I'm sorry, I left your hood on. He rips your hood off.
I get 2,
I don't
right?
mean.
How much did I get?
I only took 2 away from you, or I gave you 2. Oh, I could have given you more.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm okay. I'm alive. It's okay.
Okay, so not to alarm you, you might have remembered that you were taken and apparently tortured. Kyle is disguised as my mother upstairs. We've infiltrated here to get you. I just beat the hell out of that guy. I'm gonna try to take his body now, and I think our best course of action is to try to run upstairs and say that somebody attacked him, which was me, but they don't need to know, and that we're just trying to get back to Ariana, and perhaps we can get out of this alive.
Okay, but where is this? I don't even know where we are. I was just only in this room.
That's right. Oh my goodness, I apologize. We're in prison 4, if you've ever
Wait, we're in a prison? Okay. Okay.
Huh.
Processing, I'm in a prison. Okay.
It's very well renowned for the way that it treats its prisoners, the death sentence, death row inmates here.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of death. And trust me, I've seen enough for the day. I will gladly follow you to leave, but you're gonna have to take the lead because I am low and I cannot summon anything at the moment.
Do I notice, like, can I see that your tattoo has changed?
It's not covered anymore, right? Because he was
No, it's
doing
not
things
covered.
Yeah.
to
Can
it.
you roll me like an Arcana check? Or if Josh tells you, you can also just know. Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, I can roll, and I got a 19 on my Arcana check.
Yeah,
so, I
you
mean,
can clearly tell that like certain parts are swollen, and it doesn't seem like as static as you remember. Like there's like a thrumming kind of weird energy to it. It doesn't seem like it's permanent, but like a lot of things have changed recently.
Okay.
And it still goes up to my shoulder, right? Like up
Yes.
to like the neck part. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so piecing together what you just said, I think Kubo can kind of at least guess somewhat that the death had something to do with your magic. Unless you tell
Yes.
him.
Oh
more
yeah. I'm
specifically.
definitely telling this. They were. He said, "What do you say? It was like god beings, right? Or divine beings? Like he was just murdering just beings in front of me, and I think this mark was just consuming their souls. I honestly don't know, but there is a lot of power in here now. That is a fact.
Well,
I'll say with the
I
19, and you would know this too, Leo, that you'd know that you're not. It's kind of like a passport sort of a thing. You're not controlling their souls. It's like you're validating their return to hell or heaven. And so you're not like absorbing their essence. It's like you're their passport, or that's where you're getting your power from. So
I'm like a gatekeeper, kind of.
Yes, it's more of that energy. You're more of like a validation, a registrar than you are a
Ooh, I feel so honored.
phylactery.
Piecing this all together, this is very kind of harrowing stuff. Kubo's just gonna look at you and be like, you know, I'm sure this wasn't easy. And if you ever want to talk about it or, whatever you need to like deal with it, love that. But I do want to survive and I do want you to survive and all of us to get out of here. There is a riot happening upstairs, and if it makes you feel better, like I said, I knocked him out. We're gonna take him, we're gonna interrogate him, and I mean, if you want revenge, I'll leave that up to you.
No, I
put you
just
to
want the
sleep.
food that you promised and just an actual bed and not like a cold metal table and my body being chained out. Thanks.
Kubo is gonna pat your shoulder real time, be like, ha ha. No, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Oh,
The
my
shoulder
bad.
falls off.
Oh no.
Okay, as you guys are interacting here, you guys turn to go pick up the body, pick up your Sebastian's like unconscious body that's just kind of like fully knocked out. Like you conked him so hard in the head. There's like a comically sized like egg on one side of his head. But he's a dwarf, so he's a really stocky guy. Something comes over the PA system here. And for this, we're going to cut away from this little scene.
There's a PA system.
Little
Like the
audio.
sound.
Oh no.
Like this, the speaker, stuff like that. Yeah.
Like the principal would sorry, go.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. So we
Call my name.
Kyle, you see a lot of humans and high elves getting out of these black unmarked cars outside of the prison, and they are walking quite briskly toward the prison entrance. And it does not take a professional to see that they are well armed. You can see they've all got these sleek long jackets, and you can clearly see the flutter of hard metal hidden in within their jackets. And just to make it cinematic, as you're looking out the window, kind of like the focus reshifts, and we can see your reflection in the mirror, and your disguise is starting to falter as well, because you're magically made to look like Ariana, as well as a bunch of magic.
I didn't use any magic.
What?
I didn't use any magic.
I'm
Mine's
going
all
to,
PFX, but like
I'm gonna
presumably it would be awesome.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I didn't use any magic. It was all prosthetics and stuff like that. But I would not be surprised if it was like mussed up or something.
That's what I'm saying. It's like your very advanced prosthetics, like very intense, disguise that you've managed to put together with a lot of experience here is starting to look more for wear. Like your thicker jawline is starting to show, like some latex stuff is like pulling down here or there, and your disguise might not be as effective right now. You have about 5 minutes before you see them walk into the front of the room. I'm going to give you some time here.
Am I is this so they're coming straight into the room that I'm in right now?
They're walking into the hall. There's a door between that room and your room, but this is clearly like the guard break room and administration room. This is where they're probably going to go right away.
Has the riot reached this level? Is the like what the hall outside? How
the riot is mostly calmed down.
Okay.
The riot is actually there. You don't hear as much like screaming and freaking out. You actually can hear Bartleby just yelling, "Kyle, where are you? I did my part. Get me out of here!" He's just screaming. You can hear him like very clearly down the way. But everything else is starting to calm down a lot.
Okay. 5 minutes, I'm heading in. Yep, time to go. So I'd straighten up my disguise as much as I possibly could, and anything that looks frazzled, I'd just try and make it look like I've clearly had a rough day. There's a freaking riot going on.
Maintain the feminine angles and like all that.
Add a couple of wounds and just kind of be like distractions. Just some like smudges and fake blood, just kind of distract, so they'll look at that rather than potentially peering at other holes in this.
If you use all of your time correcting your disguise here, I will make it so that you can roll basically we'll do this kind of like a stealth check. So I'll do you have like roll a hide check with advantage or persuasion check, your deception, and your highest of those two rolls will be what they have to beat to see through your disguise. So basically you'll just make your disguise almost impenetrable as much as you can here.
So not using disguise kit proficiency?
Please do. Like if you're using all your time to do this, you can totally do that. Use your best modifiers here.
Okay. Which one did you said you wanted me to roll twice? I'll do, I guess, deception and disguise here. Oh, okay.
Juicy.
This one I have to do. This guy's kid is that dex or int. They don't actually clarify, so it's
do int for this one. I trust you.
All right. That would be 5. Yeah, expertise in that one.
Okay. So
right.
25 is what they got to beat. Very high. Very convincing disguise. So you, in the mirror of the thing, pull out some stuff from your jacket, quickly update some of your makeup, add a wound, scrape yourself up, maybe just actually cut yourself here or there to like increase your wounds. Now, as this happens, you see that the main doors of the prison open up and 16 different people walk in. They all look very professional, very tight suits, close-up tight ties, extremely like it's like a uniform situation. No ID cards, no anything. And you see them that they stand in position, and one of them separates off and walks into the guard room, and he just pokes his head in. And there are a couple of women in there actually. Now that I think about it, he pokes his head and he goes, "Well, hello. Is this the guard room?"
God, you people are terrible.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We're terrible. Terrible.
How it is absolutely inexcusable that security has lapsed to such a degree. Not to mention, I have been stuck in here for days expecting relief, and now you just waltz in here and ask if this is the guard room. I demand to speak to your superior.
Inexcusable. I am so sorry, madame. I'm so sorry. That is very, very bad. Very bad. You look like a perfect example of someone that we will use to our end. So please take a seat. He walks over to the kind of intercom system. You've cut the radio system. So he walks into the room. He goes, "Please calm down, ma'am. Please calm down." And he just walks calmly over the intercom system, kind of like starts to inspect it and finds where to press the button.
Excuse me, I will not be dismissed so readily.
Yes,
I demand
your superior officer. He raises his hand. So sorry, what was that again?
What is your badge number?
Oh yes, of course. He raises his hand. He's got a gauntlet on his hand that is like a very beautiful kind of silver filigree on it. It's very beautiful. And he kind of waves in front of you and goes, "Sit down. I need you to make me a at disadvantage wisdom saving throw."
Ooh, something sussy's going on.
Please don't kill my fake mom.
Ooh.
Well, that was only one of them, but yeah, I lose.
Yeah. So you thump into the seat kind of before you even recognize your body is moving. He goes, "Thank you very much, madame." He goes over to the intercom system and he presses like a button on it, and he just kind of leans over, goes, "Hello, everyone. Prostrate yourselves." And I need Kubo, Leo, and pretty much everyone else in the prison to make an at disadvantage wisdom saving throw. Kubo, you can make this flat. You can make this without disadvantage.
So I got 13.
He said to do to what or so?
Prostrate yourself.
Prostrate yourself. Okay. At disadvantage wisdom. What is my wisdom? Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no, bro.
Sorry, I'm like brain
Oh
farting.
no, did you get that one?
Okay.
Did-
Disadvantage 7. Dang.
7. Okay.
It's okay. I got a 13, maybe.
Yeah, so unfortunately you both fail. Leo, you fail in a way that you just, before you even recognize what's happened, you are on your hands and knees, like on the ground kneeling, and you're unable to lift your head off the ground. Kubo, you have this strange feeling of like feeling yourself shudder downward, but then you manage to like resist it for a second until you finally collapse and you're on your hands and knees with your head on the ground like that. And you can hear people in other places of the prison doing the same thing, kind of like hitting the deck like that. Kyle, you
When
up in
I
the room.
fall, he lets out a.
Sorry, what?
No, sorry. I just wanted to say that he snarls as he falls.
Yeah, very, very feral like that. So, Kyle, you in the main guard room, you're forced to sit down. You can see this guy. He pulls a napkin out of his jacket and kind of pats his nose, and it looks like there's blood coming out of his nose. And he kind of folds it neatly and puts it back in his pocket. As he turns to look at you, you can hear gunshots going off in the rest of the prison. And you realize that there are a lot of coup de grace happening out in the halls, and this force is killing everyone that they find kneeling on the ground like this. So you hear screams, you hear people going, wait, 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 people trying to resist but unable to move. And you hear, these silent footsteps running throughout the prison. And he turns to you and he goes, well, madam, thank you so much for sitting. That's very sweet of you. You are going to be our witness. So congratulations, you are the pretty ingenue who gets to live and tell everyone what happened. So wonderful for you, so happy for you. He kind of like takes his hand and pats you on the head lightly. Yeah.
I see. I suppose you're going to be telling me what I'm telling everyone happened.
Well, what you saw, a handsome man with a metal hand came in and said, everybody prostrate yourself, and then everybody died, and you were left to tell everybody what happened. I'll even give you my name. This is my name. It's Vaven. It's Vaven. You realize with his bizarre dialect, he's trying to say Warren, but with how he pronounces his words, it comes out Vaven.
Yes, I'll make sure that they understand that a relatively unattractive short man named Warren was talking to me so curtly.
Ooh, you're spicy. You're a spicy lady. Oh, so spicy. He kind of turns around and looks around the room for anything that he can like write something down on or anything like that. And then he just kind of gives up and goes, it's fine. It's fine. He walks out, you hear him kind of open the door and he goes, goodbye, lady. You're very pretty. Goodbye. And he closes the door. As he closes the door, I want you to make another wisdom saving throw, but this one you can do at advantage.
13.
Okay. You have a sudden memory come back to you as the door clicks. And as he kind of seems to go out of your way, you still can't move from the chair, but you have a stark memory come back to you, like very like hit you like a water balloon kind of a thing. And you remember a dangling fluorescent bulb, like from one of those long wires just dangling from the ceiling with like a steel circular thing. And you just remember looking. What?
Yep. Nope. You go.
Okay. And you remember looking up at that as the door clicks, and like a sensation of feeling cold, and then it's gone. And it's just like this memory goes whoop, like zips through your head suddenly. And you don't remember it. You feel shorter in the memory. It's like very something buried in there. But something comes back as he leaves. In order to resist the effect from here on out, you do not have to roll with disadvantage.
Also, damn it, I shouldn't have anyway. I'm a fucking half elf. I have advantage on saves against charms.
Well,
shit.
And you'll understand.
Same thing. I'm a half
why it
elf too.
works later on.
Yeah, I was asked the same question because I'm also a half elf.
That's fair. In your defense, with both of your saves, you wouldn't have made the save before. So being a half elf wouldn't have saved you.
Yeah. Well, in my case, it would have turned that into a flat roll, which would have just meant that first one, the one, was what I got. So I mean, it wouldn't matter for me.
But it works out narratively.
Would a 17 count?
It wouldn't have.
Oh damn!
Very high save, but you're very close.
But no cigar.
Okay, so downstairs on the third basement floor, you guys are forced on your hands and knees. At the end of every round, you can roll a save to try and break out of this. You hear gunshots, very clean, militant, just pop, 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 like all the way down. You hear a couple people break the enchantment and starting to run, and then you hear a pop that as they're running away. So what are you guys doing down here?
I'm gonna make my save.
Yeah, I am completely immobile. Like I can't crawl on my hands and knees. Like we're on our hands and knees.
Prostrate yourself. You're forced on your hands and knees until you make the save. And I believe it lasts a full 10 rounds.
It's another wisdom you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I can send you a picture. I just got an 18 on my save.
Oh, make it work, please. Oh, 19?
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a hard thing for me as a DM.
We're just like
because I do want to honor that being a half elf gives you advantage on wisdom saves, but also I want to be mean. But I will. Where are you guys on at that? Because I wanted to tell a story through those wisdom saves being extra hard for certain people.
I'm fine.
Are you okay if I give you disadvantage on that, even though you're a half elf?
It's yeah.
Because okay, wait. If I broke the save too, is there any way I could try to help assist you?
You can give him the help action, and that would fully equal out his stuff. I would allow that.
Yep.
So wait, so roll again.
So you managed to break free of the enchantment while Leo is still stuck on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna help Leo. I'm doing the help action.
Okay.
So do I roll again? Is that how that works?
Roll again. I'm
okay.
just gonna be keeping track of how many rounds it takes for you guys to get free.
Oh no, 14.
I'll keep helping you until you break it.
Yeah, so keep doing this. I'm keeping track of it.
Helping you.
Okay, so it's 2. This is 3. This is 4.
Oh no.
This is 5.
Okay,
24.
Okay.
Jeez.
It may be relevant to cut back to me. So I'm gonna ask this question. So with the mastermind feature that lets me do like the help action verbally, Kyle would kind of, even with it being like inmates, guilty or not, he would have a severe problem with a bunch of people walking through, coldly executing everybody, and the guy just left. I want to try and say something on the PA system to get everybody back up and at it.
I love that. Roll me wisdom saves without disadvantage until you hit an 18 or higher, and let me know how many rolls it takes. I'm going to cut back to Kubo and Leo here. So
my third was a nat 20.
Awesome. Okay. So Kubo, you hit your deck immediately. You pull yourself off the ground, definitely angry. And then you see Leo, struggling, and you like, how do you help him? How do you picture you helping him?
I honestly just think that he would be trying to yank him up, like pick him off the ground, and I'm imagining that whatever this magic force is like sticking him to the ground. So it's kind of like a dog playing tug of war with the floor,
Over and over again, like 4
and he's
times.
still like, and I'm sure that Leo's like, dude, just calm down, please.
Break my arm.
So I love that. Let me add a tiny bit of flavor. You like get him, you get like 2-3 solid yanks, and you're like, he's determined to be on the ground. And then before he breaks the enchantment, you lift him off the ground, and he's like stuck in like a lame dog position, like as if he's falling on the ground. And then you're like, like shaking him, and then finally he
I'm like,
relaxes.
break out of it! Come on, Leo! Leo, come on!
I lose those 2 HP, those 2 hit points.
Immediately unconscious. No.
I'll give you 2 more.
Okay, as soon as I am able to move my hands, I immediately cast Cure Wounds on myself in 2nd level.
Awesome. Go
'Cause
for it.
I'm feeling some sus stuff happening, and I'm scared.
No, that's smart, Leo. Good idea.
As you're shaking, as you're shaking Leo, you hear the intercom come up. What do you say, Kyle, to try and give people the help action?
Your will is not your own. Man, woman, or child, no matter what you've done, no one should have to leave this world on their knees.
Kubo likes that. Kubo actually is gonna turn up and be like, huh, he's speaking truth.
And then I'd probably turn and jump through the window. I'm like, yeah. No.
Okay.
Amazing.
Can I now, while Leo's healing himself, Kubo is going to grab the Sebastian boy, I guess over my shoulder again, a little afraid that he's going to kill me, so can I just hit him on the head again in the same spot? Just to make sure he stays out.
Oh, like give him more.
Yeah.
I'm totally picturing the Monty Python and the Holy Grail when he just like looks around and whacks the guy for the dead cart.
I can roll to do an unarmed strike if we want. Like, I'm not trying to kill him, but
So
I
you're
do
just making sure he doesn't wake up anytime soon.
Just a
Well,
deeper
that's
sleep.
why I want
More
him to.
non-lethal damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do
feel
more
free-
non-lethal damage.
I won't even make you roll to hit. Just roll what damage you'd normally do with your sword, and we'll pretend it's the butt of the blade again.
Amazing. Okay, I do want to just say I did get a 26 to hit, so
Butt of the sword officially is a D4 because it's an improvised weapon.
Oh, interesting. I'll keep that in mind in the future. This is flavor.
I will too. This was 7 damage.
Okay. So
7
so
sleep damage.
just because it's funny, the dwarf guy like wakes up. He's like, "Oh, what is happening? Oh my god!" You see him like puts his hand to his head, and as he looks up, like the flat of your blade just goes bonk.
And I just am like I don't know if I make the noise. Is it like a grimace? Is that the face? Yeah. Kubo's like growling at him basically and like, oh, stay down.
He goes down. You're very confident he is
Good,
not
good.
waking up of his own accord anytime soon. Yeah,
Perfect.
you get him over your shoulder. Now, so this was about 5 rounds, which is about half a minute, a little more maybe. And you hear just again people running around this place. And after you give this announcement, Kyle, you do hear more running. You do hear more windows breaking, more people fleeing for their lives, more like, just like panic and pandemonium. I'm gonna say, just for drama's sake, okay, just because I love this picture, as you're doing this, you look to your left, and after you finish the thing, and you see Vavin looking at you, and you don't affect your voice. You're just speaking like Kyle at this point, right?
Yeah. If anything, he's probably imitating some orator that he heard at some point on a probably literal soapbox. Because that's just who he is.
Like a radio voice is over
Yeah,
the
pretty much.
Hello, humans.
So I will make you roll for this, but he turns, and after you say that, he starts running for the door, and this is when you bolt for the window, bash through the window. And then as you're running away, he's trying to yell enchantments at you. And so I won't, like I said, I won't let you make you roll for it, but I just picture you.
I was actually gonna say I just start firing I start firing my gun right next to my ear, like I can't hear you.
Bullets in the air.
Just deafening yourself.
You get on the loudspeaker, you're like in this deep voice, like, guys, and then you just start shooting a gun. It's great.
Oh man, it's a very funny picture.
I probably left the PA open too, so you're all hearing the gunshots.
Yes, actually, and then Kubo looks at Leo and is like, okay, so Kyle, it seems that the jig is up. We should go. We should go.
Like, dang, Kyle got a gun. Dang. I say it to myself quietly.
I'll still do
Also, for the sake of time, Kubo's gonna relate to Leo the fact that there is like 2 levels above them. There's dogs, and that we probably are just gonna end up having to meet Kyle at the car unless we can see him on the way out. Because at this point, because I have the cargo, the package, I don't know what to call Sebastian. I don't want to get caught. I just want us to get out of here.
Gotcha.
You and me both.
I trust Kyle and his gun.
Where are the stairs?
What gun? I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
That's not what I heard in the
I
call.
want you guys to give me some insight checks, both Leo and Kubo here, because this is a very important moment with a lot of strategy involved.
19.
Okay, so I got a dirty 20.
19, dirty 20. Okay. So with a 19, you get the bulk of the information, and Kubo realizes this at the same time, but she gets an additional little nugget for being higher and getting a dirty 20. So with a 19, you realize you've got a handful of options here. 1, you flee. You attempt to escape the prison through the 2 floors, get up and get out of the prison. This is going to be extremely hard. There are people up there with guns firing to kill, and it's a prison. It's meant to be secure. This will require a lot of resources and a lot of luck. 2, 1 second. I had him over here. You can attempt to, go in guns blazing, try to kill the people on the way out, and just, rampage a shot through. Be sneaky as much as you can, but once things get bad, just fight out. Again, very, very dangerous. Then you've got the third option, which is play dead. You could just get into a body bag and do your best to play dead and hopefully not be shot again. Again, risky for other reasons, but you may miss this initial conflict. Yeah, Kyle.
Oh, when I was doing that, I was trying to do it to the entire prison. Like, how have the other like prisoners responded to the message? Have any of them broken free? Is there like some distraction / resistance going on?
I'm gonna say it is very hard to tell given your chaotic,
No, I was more saying for you to think about, like, with what's going on with them, like if there are people starting to get up and mount some kind of, I don't know.
It is more chaotic. I will say it is a lot more chaotic than it would have been if that had not happened. So running in high
Kubo is still wearing the. So Kubo was still wearing the guard-looking uniform, but his, as we know, his disguise is a little scuffed, which means that they could, if someone looked a little too closely, they could probably tell he's not cut up or bleeding. It's a disguise, and so he's actually a divine person, especially after figuring out what just happened to Leo. I don't know. He likes to kill people, Leo, but I don't know if he wants to die, necessarily. So, if you want, maybe he would say sort of a thing like, there's a chance where maybe I put you in a body bag with Sebastian, and I pretend that you are like this giant prisoner, and I'm taking you out to throw you away, sort of a thing. And then, in that moment, we make our escape.
You know what? I like that better. So this is what we're gonna do then. First, wait, I can double cast, right? Because we're not like in a turn-based kind of situation. Right?
Yeah,
So
we're
some
not quite in a
okay.
turn-based situation, but it's coming fast. I think you guys have
Okay.
maybe another, like, again, another like 5-7 minutes before people are in the third floor.
So I'm gonna immediately cast Cure Wounds on myself again, just because I need it. I just need the help. It's like
Oh, good.
perfect. I'm max exact. And now I also cast on you, Kubo. I cast Warding Bond. So now you have +1 to your AC. You also have a +1 to your saving throws, and you have resistance to all damage for an hour. But just know that any damage that you take, we share the damage. So anything that every time you get hurt, I get hurt.
Thank you, my friend. Let's get you in the back.
Also, we are mentally connected now for as long as we're within 60 feet.
So that was
Okay.
warding bond, right?
Yes.
You should make a super big deal about so the material component.
Dang it. Is Kyle frozen for you guys?
I'll take gold
Can't see
piece.
Jake,
I mean,
oh, I can see
we're mostly just ignoring money. So I mean, you have them or have access to something that can function like it. I really just feel like you need to awkwardly be like slipping a ring or a bracelet onto Kubo as you're saying this, because I want to see that play out.
If you don't have anything, you can ask Kubo to borrow the ring on his finger for a second.
It's like, hey Kubo, can I borrow your ring real quick? Just real quick.
He's gonna definitely look at you and be like, "Oh, okay, okay."
Perfect. I'm gonna take it.
He
put my
gives
back to
you
my
his hand because he's carrying Sebastian. Yeah, he does that. He's like, "Okay."
But then I grab it and then I give a little smooch. But then as long as I grab it with my tattoo hand, so at least the energy flows through there. And then the ring glows with the blessing of it.
Kuba, Leo, I need you to roll, not the DM, but I need you to roll perception real quick.
Yeah, roll insight. Is perception or insight?
Insight.
What is my insight? Perception or insight? Let's see, which is better? Oh, definitely not perception. 17?
This is incredible. 17. I'd probably say, Jacob, it's safe. Maybe a little bit of bi panic crosses Kuba's face. Just a tiny bit. He probably just looks like he peed himself, but then he quickly tries to like shake it off. He doesn't look at you, and he's like, "That was weird." Anyways,
in everybody's defense, his tattoo arm also, binds demons to him. So maybe there's some real panic there too. Maybe.
Yeah, there's a little bit of both, maybe. I mean, and if we're connected on the head, maybe you do hear like a thought of Kubo being like, "I'm not gonna worry about that right now."
That's not important right now.
Yeah.
Like, what's not important?
If Kubo can hear you asking him that, he's gonna be like, let's get in the bag. Get in the bag.
Okay, I step in the bag.
Okay.
Just stay within 60 feet of me.
I want to give you guys, and this is an option that may turn out really, really good, but it's a long shot. This is what you get for a 20, Kubo. You think there's clearly a lot of instruments here that are not execution instruments, that are torture implements in the room that Leo is in, that are full on like too big to get into the room through the like stairwells and hallways that you went in before. So you think there's an exit other than the one that you took down here to get out.
Let's figure that out quickly.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
me?
I can now, but
yes.
Is he talking?
One sec. I'm trying a different connection here. Trying a different Wi-Fi connection here. Oh, my audio's never gone out? Okay.
Yeah, like Yeah.
Your video just
Yeah.
froze a couple times for a little bit. It's nothing. Yeah.
I was
Okay.
only worried because I was asking a question, but
Yeah, I didn't hear the question.
Yeah, as long as you can hear us, we can always hear you.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
the question again is just what should I roll to see if I can find the secret door?
This is investigation, and here's what I'll tell you. If you, because you got about 5 minutes left, we'll say this. It will take you about a minute and a half to get the disguise going confidently before they come down to shoot people.
Okay.
So I will let you roll basically like 4 rolls for to investigate to find the secret thing, until you have to do the disguise if you want to use the disguise.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do my 4 rolls then. That was the first one. Oh, the first one was a 2. Don't worry, we have 3 more. The second one was an 18. That was a 15. Oh, and another 2.
Okay, Leo, you also get to roll this. I'm saying that after you guys got mind melded, you guys are both sharing this thought.
Oh, I thought I was in a body bag.
If you want to be in the body bag, then
Oh.
that's
Oh,
fine.
no, wait.
Maybe you're not in yet.
You said investigation.
Yes.
Ooh, I mean, it's not great. Okay, how many times I can do it?
4.
4.
4. Okay, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 7, 18, 19, 19. Okay.
Extremely good rolls.
Okay.
I did put the DC at 20 because this is basically a get out of jail
Oh,
free
damn.
card. But this is
Okay.
extremely funny. So you guys both have this thought, scramble around these torture rooms for a good like 4 minutes and can't find like the exit. You can't find like the door out of like the dirt hallway that goes out and like the secret passages and everything. And then both have the thought, no, we can't find it. We can't find it. Run back, get to the body bag, and jump in the body bag. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, but to be clear, the reason why I'm all disguised is I'm gonna hope to pass as a guard taking out the bodies.
Right.
Cool. Just want to double check. Got you.
Okay.
Well, good try. Kubo does give you like some validating thoughts of like we did our best. Now to face.
Yeah, I was just hoping we didn't have to do this as I get in the bag.
Yeah. Okay,
And I
let's do
zip
this
myself up.
Okay. So you guys get into the body bag. The body bag looks a little bit chunky, and you start
Great.
pushing it up. We'll say that there's like a very small like elevator situation that is not very large. That they put the bodies on to get them up to the first floor. So you guys get there, press the button, go up. You see some people as you go like past the second floor. You see some people like yelling like in Elven as well as English like or common like, oh, there's somebody using the elevator. Go use the elevator. Get to the first floor. Make sure it's secure. You hear people running up, and after you get to the first floor, you start pushing out the dead body, and you see that there are 2 people with like Tommy guns. A gorgeous woman with very blonde, almost white hair, and a man with stark black hair that kind of has like an Asian look to him. He's very elven. They both have Tommy guns, and they're just looking at you expectantly. And there's like a look of recognition as they look down at your what is it? Your badge. That was on the guard.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That was there before, and they go, "You need to be extracted immediately. Get out of the prison now."
Kubo will just nod and keep pushing the bodies outward.
Leave the body.
This will be so funny. I got the orders from Sebastian to take it with me. It's not exactly dude.
Sebastian told you to take. It's not that. They look to each other and like.
Do you mind if I just go take care of it and then I'll meet you there?
Is it the target?
I don't know. He just told me to take it outside and take care of it out there.
One of them like gestures at their arm like.
Kubo's just gonna kind of be like, right. I don't mean to cause any issues. You both seem like lovely people, but as you just told me, there's so much happening. I'm gonna go take care of that, and I'll be back. And he starts trying to not suspiciously run away, but I'm a man of business. Like, I'm gonna go take care of this.
Okay. You see them look to each other. Roll me a deception check. I'm
Okay.
gonna say this is a low DC, but I'm gonna have you do disadvantage because you didn't answer their question. You're trying to like strong arm them, you know. So I'm gonna say with disadvantage.
Come on.
What'd you get?
Okay, no. So the first roll I got was a dirty 20 for deception, and because it's disadvantage, I just got a 6. It's fine.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm sorry to call you out on this. You start pushing the body. You hit like a rock, and I'm sorry to implicate you in this, Leo. But like clearly, like Leo moves a little bit on accident as like you bump against something, and it's clear the body is like fully still alive. And one of them comes up with the Tommy gun and puts it to the bag and like, tell me if this is the target now.
No target here.
Do you
Well,
say
that's
that
the
from within
thing.
the bag?
No, I burst out the bag and I cast Witch Bolt.
You do that?
Immediately, yes. I have to.
With the gun to your head. That's that.
Like a shotgun.
Absolutely. Kubo immediately starts channeling divinity and sword out.
Thompson.
That's a 20 to hit. I mean, whoa. Spell. Spell attack. Wait,
Okay.
I'm having a brain fart. I'm
So
adding
a lot
modifier.
of things are happening here. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Before
dirty
you're
20,
able
my
to
bad.
jump
Okay.
out of the bag, we're going to hold on to that roll because you're going to be able to do that. How do you answer him, Kubo?
Kubo just is going to kind of give him a wry smile and be like, I think you know the answer. And then I guess Leo jumps out because we have the mental link. So I feel like Kubo kind of knows, not to metagame, but
Oh
like,
yeah, I'm telling Kubo like, yeah, Kubo, I'm about to.
Kubo-
There's a gun in my
fucking
bag.
hates-
There's a gun in my bag. I'm scared. I'm gonna zap this man.
Yeah, you should have, yeah, like Kyle said, you should be hitting for more, but that will hit their AC right away. Roll damage on that witch bolt.
Okay. Let me just remove it from my slot.
Oh, actually, you're kind of a genius, Leo. Okay. So, because we have the mental link, if it's okay not to confuse you while you keep talking, this is what Kubo's thinking. You jump out, don't get shot, he's gonna pull Sebastian's body out that's unconscious, but he's gonna hold up his sword to him and be like, yeah, we're gonna walk out of here with Sebastian nice and easy, or else we're taking Sebastian with us. And you know that Kubo's like, this might definitely backfire, but at least we have like a body to protect
So
us.
You're telling him that's the plan in your head?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. So you cast Witch Bolt.
Yes.
How much damage does it do?
16 damage.
16. You... What, Kyle?
Nothing. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Can
Does
Kubo
that do more
do
damage?
his plan?
No, it shouldn't do that much unless he's upcasting it.
It's 1d12. It says here.
Well, I don't
Right,
think
so
you
you
get plus
did
5 to
6.
damage. I think it's just a flat D12.
Oh, that's what I asked before. I was like, do I add
No,
my
it's
spell
not.
attack? Because it's a spell attack.
Spells do not get any kind of ability modifier to their damage.
Oh, okay, that'd be okay. So it's 11.
Okay, so 11. That's fine. Yeah, it deals a good chunk of damage to him. The fact that this guy does not go down immediately tells you he's not a schmuck. This is a very competent person.
Can
Yes.
Yeah. No, you can keep talking because I think you're answering my question. It's
Oh
just
wait, I had a
reenact-
question. I had a question. Oh wait, so for attack roll is when I add the +5.
Exactly.
That's
like
Yes.
the hit.
okay. So then that would have been a 23 to hit. Okay, so then okay. Now I know for next time. My
For
bad.
sure.
So it
Okay,
hits
continue.
one, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, my bad.
So as you do this, So you do this. You guys have this plan to combat. They're pulling up their guns. They're ready to fire. I'm gonna really level with you guys here. What kind of experience do you want to have here? Because if you guys want to have a full combat, I cannot guarantee your safety. I will promise you that
I'm
there may be character death.
I'm hoping that Kubo, by pulling out Sebastian, has allowed us a get out of jail card a little bit. Like, they might try to take some shots still, but we can at least get to the door.
Well, yeah, I mean, I made my bed. I'm lying in.
You're lying.
So you are on the first floor. I'm gonna tell you some information that may change your plan. Okay.
Okay.
This witch bolt has gone off. He is made. Kubo, you
Yes.
still are kind of like a guard right now. As this witch bolt goes off and you hear more and more people approach this scene of conflict, Kubo, you will see the man named Warren, that you don't know his name yet, but you recognize his voice as he's calling people over. He says, "Oh, we've got some resistance. We've got some resistance over here. Come over, everyone." Yes.
So this was roughly 5 minutes has passed, and he clearly didn't chase me.
No.
Did anybody else chase after me, or did they just let me go after I jumped out of the window and stuff like that?
So after you left out of the window, they have not pursued you any further. They did not have an outside crew shooting people as they escaped. And as you get out and you start to relax, you do see more inmates escaping through different areas. Like you see some people running down the hallway you fled from. There's less than 5. Not a lot of people make it out.
Okay, I probably would have ditched the high heels and started trying to sneak back in, see if I can potentially assist in any way.
I'm going to put a pause on that.
In the 5 minutes passing, I just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
appreciate, Kyle, that you didn't leave us for dead. I think we both do.
What?
But I really quick want to say, so Leo, what if instead the plan changes, and what if I, still dressed as a guard, try to be like, oh my god, he's still alive, and like hit you, but maybe it's not like a real hit since we're connected. I'm telling you, like, go down, sort of a thing, and then I hit you, and I'm like, oh my god, that was insane. Well, and then I just run I just try to keep doing what I was doing before.
Okay, go for it. Just don't give me concussion.
So what are you looking at? I'm gonna do that. That's what happens.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Leo. I'm so sorry.
Leo, do I have permission to hit you?
So, Leo, you can roll a deception check to make it look like your intention, like you went to 0 immediately, even though you have more hit points. And I'll let you roll this with advantage because it's a very hectic moment. If you want to go with this plan.
Deception. Okay. Oops. I just realized I'm rolling in the wrong chat this whole time.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Deception. Okay, I see it. You said disadvantage or advantage?
I'd say advantage.
Advantage.
16?
16. You plump back
16.
into the bag. Do you like re-zip it up, Kubo?
As quickly as I can. Yeah.
Okay. As you're walking away, the guy like is inspecting his shirt and he's like, "Geez, like he's got like singed book." He's like, "This is very nice silk." Like they're like talking to each other. You see, this is kind of grisly because they're like stacking up the bodies of all the people that they've killed in the central like yard of this prison, and they are just doing it very professionally with no, like remorse whatsoever. There's a lot of blood everywhere. As you're leaving,
Maybe this reminds him a little bit of his brothers.
A little bit of his brothers?
Oh, sorry. I was like, maybe this reminds me a little bit of how my brothers do their business, but...
Right. You are pushing the body out. You have to pass Vavin. And he sees you as you're walking by. He looks at the jacket, looks at you. I'm going to have him roll a insight check here. He goes, "Oh, you're one of the crew that attacked the Kadros crew, aren't you?"
Yes, I was at the Kadros residence.
Wow, such a shame you weren't able to kill more of them or imprison them. We would have had more
I don't
power
know.
for our young lad here. What was
Yeah,
that?
I lost. Oh, was Kyle talking?
No, he's not.
Oh, never mind. My computer was weird. Kubo's gonna like kind of shrug and be like, "Yeah, I lost I lost a brother in arms, and I'm just glad that we could at least do what we could."
Yeah,
He's trying
shame.
to not. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm just letting you know as the DM. Like he's lying, but also not lying. He is telling the truth.
Right. So,
Technically, it's one of those. Yeah.
Little white lie.
So that if I have to roll, it's with advantage. I'm just kidding.
So as you say this, he grips the back of your neck suddenly with his like gauntleted hand and like pulls you away from the cart a little bit, walking forward for a second. And he just talks to you. He's like, "And what was that man's name? What was his name? I want you to roll me a history check."
Oh no, God, no. Because I remember Maddie remembers that it was like Clawman or something, like Clawford.
Clifford.
No, God, no. No.
You got some syllables right in there.
Can I have, is this a flat roll or is this like
What was your flat roll?
I wasn't that one?
Okay, now I think this is fun. Normally, I don't want to make the game like this because I think it's mean. But if someone at the table can tell you the name, we can call this a Hail Mary divine intervention because I think this is very fun.
Jumped in for
Wait, can I roll? Can I roll? Because I can hear this. I can hear this.
Can you hear this? Yeah, so he knows it, but roll down in the thing. Roll a history check, Leopold.
Yeah, I was like, I can hear this conversation. Definitely whisper something in her head.
Because you're still conscious. That's right.
Please. 7.
Okay, I will say because
So I am guessing.
DC 5 is just you get his last name, so you know it's Furclaw.
I'm just gonna be like, Furclaw.
It might have,
And he tries to say it with
they
like
were military on a team sort of situation.
They would know by my last name.
In that situation, we always go by the last names.
That's true.
So, and Kubo tries to deliver that, he's trying to channel some of the anxiety he's feeling into, like, the situation to show, like, that remorse, so he is like, Furclaw, but, like, you know,
Shaking.
oh.
You feel
Please
like
misinterpret my emotions.
Also, Leo, you hear Kubo praying to his dad right now.
Like, what?
You feel like the articulated, like, gauntlet kind of, like, off of your neck. And he goes, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Really, I just, I didn't see the, Cadros crew before they left. So I just wanted to make sure, an ounce of prevention, right?
Oh, absolutely, sir. I apologize. Let me go finish this work I was asked to do by Sebastian, and I can come back and we can
Oh,
speak.
right. If you can deposit the boy's body into the car number 4, it's the one on the far right, that would be perfect. Then we know exactly what we need.
Thank you. I really appreciate your help, and that he's being honest.
He says, "Yep, go to," and then he almost makes it a spell and forces you like to make a wisdom save. He's like, "I just mean sorry. Was it valid? Goodbye." Lets you leave. Yeah, we will allow that to be how that happened.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, is that all good?
Thank you, everyone on the table. Thank you.
Oh, we did it. I'm just screaming in her head.
Once again, I'm group stenographer.
Thank you, Kyle.
Hey, I don't normally like to punish you guys for not taking notes. If you guys
I do. That's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like
bad
it.
with names
If you're in one of my groups.
Well, that's just, I just wanted to give a moment of very natural, like, testing you kind of a
That was
thing.
good. I think it was good. That wasn't
Yeah,
that
was great.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Well
perfect.
done.
Okay.
I
So you
love
managed to shakily push the cart out of the front of the prison with the 2 bodies in it, And very comically, I'm gonna say there are 4 cars on the right, on the left-hand side. Clearly there's nobody in it. They went in to kill as many people as possible. And on the right-hand side, you can see a kind of cut up with glass from the window, Ariana / Kyle, like at the car, like gesturing you guys over.
Yep. Kubo makes eye contact and is just nodding, and yep, we're just getting in the car. Leo, I hope you don't mind. I tell you the telepathic link. I'm just gonna put you in the back seat. I'm just gonna drive us, and you can get out once we get going, because I don't want to take any time that we have to.
Just open my bag a little bit so I can spare.
Yeah, okay, cool. Does that quickly. Jumps in the car, like, go.
Dead Lego in the bag.
Know how to drive. Yeah.
It's very
You
high
drive,
speed.
I can drive. Kubo actually wants to drive.
Nope. I was already at the driver's seat. No.
Kubo has the keys.
I still mostly looking like your mother. As you walked up, I would say, "Get in, bitch."
My mother never drives herself out of here. I do.
There is a solid like 45 seconds of just like, I'm driving, give me the key. Like, bitch, no, my mom never drives. Like, Leo, what's going on?
No, brain fart. I had a question. Oh, time of day. What time of day is it right now?
It's like 2 p.m.-ish right now.
Okay, so light still out.
Didn't we show up at like? Wait, really?
Yeah, I thought it was
Not in the morning.
midnight.
It's been like
last
a full
time, I
day
forgot.
here.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
just making sure.
Could have
Okay,
been a
no,
little
no.
faster than that. It might be closer to noon. I can concede that. But you guys had a whole interview with Bartleby, like
Well, the riot was supposed to start right at like 10, wasn't it?
right
Oh,
before
was it
noon.
noon?
Oh, right
Yes, before noon.
All right, yeah, that's right.
So it can be 2. All right, let's go home. Kubo's done in the best way.
Okay, so to spare everyone's ego, someone drives home.
You drive home together at the same time. Share the wheel. Share the wheel.
You clearly need medical attention. Don't bleed all over the speeding.
I make you sit in the
that's
seat
good. Get
with
in
me. Actually, can I do an athletics check to see if I push you or strength or something?
All right, I'll do acrobatics, standard grapple procedure. Yeah.
Hope you guys are not driving while doing this.
Yes, Richard. No,
That's what we're getting right. Yeah.
Just swerving in the
okay,
road.
you make your throw and then I'll make mine.
Leo is in the back
22.
with
What'd you get?
22.
I got a 24 strength.
Boom.
okay. Again, a lot of complaining, arguing, fighting. I will say by the time you get home,
Matthew, don't
Kubo
hit
is
me.
driving. But there's a lot of swerving and a lot of argument. I love the idea of Leo in the back holding on to like, what is it, like the unconscious body of guy just like,
He's in the bag with me. There's no 2 bags. Oh my god.
Oh, Sebastian.
Yeah, it was just
We're disgusting.
I'm so sorry, Leo. Also, Matthew, thank you so much for your kindness. I'm sorry that my character is a little bit of an asshole.
Again,
okay, so you guys get home, and your house has done a very good job of recovering from all the chaos. Everything's already cleaned up, and you guys have some legitimate downtime here. And there's a couple things that happen because of the events of the night before that aren't. Sorry.
Just need to throw this out. After everybody gets out of the car and Kubo leaves, I get into the driver's seat and pull the car up another like foot.
And
Oh my
the
God.
biggest pettiness.
Kubo
park
is
rate.
going to roll his eyes, and I have a funny idea for later.
It's like a weird buddy cop energy that I'm just so into. It's so like.
So long as
They
Matthew.
do kind of do the classic, buddy cop kind of thing. You got the guns blazing, big guy charging in, and the more savvy, sneaky person being like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Listen, I think it worked out in the end. I'm proud of this community.
Yeah, no, perfect.
I'm proud of this table.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say here. I have a lot of information to give you. A lot of it affects you, but it's not things that are happening to you. It's things that are happening in the world that finally come out of the wash now that things are calming down. So I basically, for these next 3 days, you guys are recovering, recuperating, figuring out what's happening. Leo is getting some medical attention to make sure he doesn't have concussion syndromes going on.
And being
You
fed.
guys are just safe in the house. Is that okay?
Love that, actually.
Muy
Okay.
bueno.
So I want everybody to take a turn kind of describing what they would be doing in that time. They don't have to be very effective. If it's as simple as just resting and relaxing, that's fine. But go through what's going on in your character's mind. Like, what are you spending these 3 days doing?
Who's first?
Whoever would like to go first is fine.
Is this after our leveling, or is that like
Yes, this
at the
is
end of the
like your
session?
process of leveling up. So you guys are at level 6 now.
Okay. So at this point, I would be just full on channeling my book and my tattoos within these 3 days for reasons. And yeah, that'll be pretty much it.
Okay, so you're just researching more of your arm and tattoos and studying. You're just
Yeah,
focusing
and
on
then
that.
channeling the energy within and just like that.
Okay, I will say for you, Peregrine, like uncomfortably hovers around you a lot and just has like a sour look on his face. And then when you like look at him, he'll just be like, summoner nonsense. He'll like walk away, go back to like, disappear for a bit. Other than that, you're left pretty much alone.
Unless you want to hang out with Kubo and I'd say my siblings, but you don't have to.
Oh, I am privately in my chambers or whatever they gifted me. I had a nice room, I remember, I think. And I'll just lock myself in there.
Just for the hell of it, one day you hear a knock on your door. Would you open it up for you?
Hello?
When
open
you
a
open
crack.
the door, you see Deja. She's got like kind of blue hair. She's the younger woman. She goes like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm the lady who punched you that one time back at the thing. Did I do well? I actually haven't punched many people. Like, did it hurt?"
I just give her a straight face. Yes, it did. Yes.
Cool.
Is there anything I can assist you with other than physical damage?
I just wanted to
target practice.
No, I don't want to like hit you more. I just wanted to know, and I've never seen my dad be like, I don't know, scared of somebody like you made him scared of you. So I just wanted to, tell you that. That's pretty cool. Are you just like studying in there? Or are you doing anything else?
Yes. And I'm saying all this like hiding behind the door, like I'm afraid of this person.
Okay. Well, if you ever want like there's like a really good malt place nearby that I could like, I don't know. Don't stress it. I don't actually like. I'm just curious if like I hit well. I'm glad I did. Great. Okay, goodbye. She starts walking away.
Bye, super strong lady. And I lock the door.
As you're locking the door, you don't see this happen, but she like stops, stands up a little straighter, and kind of struts off. She very much liked being called that.
That makes me so happy. Oh my God.
That was not a compliment. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I've never seen women strength come from School of Magic. We're all scrawny.
Everyone in my family is ripped, so joke's on you. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Moving on, who would like to go next, Kyle or Kubo?
Mine might be a little involved. Kubo, you hadn't go unless you don't know what you're doing yet.
I can just kind of say what I think would end up happening. So we get back, you do the thing with the car. I'm gonna metagame a bit and say that specifically my brother, Savage, whose real name is Alexander, watched this happen, and he's probably gonna give me like a little bit of a time for it later, like, and my response to him kind of being like, oh yeah, getting bossed around is, Koopa's gonna be like, well, I thought that was what you were into, not what I'm into, but okay. And maybe Savage and I have like this weird, like, jokey moment. I don't know if that makes sense, or if that's okay, but they're brothers.
Yeah, I think also you guys would get into like a friendly brawl, maybe.
Definitely.
Like,
well, he's bigger than me, so yeah, like he turns this into like a wrestling, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. Like Kuba's like, no, I almost like I'm sore. No, and he's like,
it ends with you like in a headlock and a one arm bar. And he's like, take it back.
Nuggy. Kuba's just like hissing, like stop it, stop touching me.
Okay. that finally ends. You guys get released. Peregrine comes in like, break it up, you animals. What the hell are you doing? You 14-year-olds, a bunch of teenagers.
Kubo is gonna be like, hello, father. I was successful, and for the sake of time, I'm just gonna say he relays everything to Peregrine that happened and lets him know that apparently, from what he could tell, Sebastian, and then he throws Sebastian's like unconscious body into the pool of blood. I'm assuming this is happening in the gardens, or his garden.
Fine, yeah.
Thanks. Like into it. If he drowns, I don't know. If he wakes up, I don't know. And is like, so basically, this dude was holding Leo hostage. Apparently, was killing specifically divine-related beings to make Leo's tattoo and him more powerful. I was able to bring him back. He's also a dwarf, apparently.
Is he Iagren? He's like, let me check. He like goes into the pool of blood with him. And you see like the guy in the pool of blood is kind of like healing up a little bit. It seems this pool like heals people slightly. It's not waking him up. But your father just kind of like manhandles him for a little bit and inspects him, like pulls up his arm, like feels the fair hair on his beard, kind of just like turns him over in the pool of blood a little bit. Was like, I don't think he's a Iagren, which is, I'd assume, I mean, they really didn't like the divine beings more than anybody, but this guy just seems like kind of your garden variety, that nation's, that continent's dwarf, kind of their garden variety dwarf. He's not Iagren. I assumed he would have been, or not that I've seen one for a while. We'll wake him up. We'll get some questioning here in a little bit. You can be there if you'd like.
Oh, I think I would. I let him know that he probably has some truth that we would have been seeking. But anyways, aside from that, I feel like maybe like once the family meeting's over, like Kubo later, for the sake of time, he does spend time with Deza, maybe, all of them. Specifically, I think at some point his mom and his sister would probably help him rebraid his hair because it's long and everything. But in the meantime, like right after this, he's kind of waiting for a moment alone with Peregrine. Or if Ariana's still there, that's chill. But
yeah, you didn't get wounded at all, right?
No, like if I was, like not a ton, like maybe scraped up knuckles because I punched through the glass, right? Mirror. Or did I break it?
Yeah, you cut through it. You use your sword, but yeah. So yeah, you don't have any serious wounds. I think Leopold has the most wounds, actually.
Oh yeah.
Far and away. I've taken 3 damage this whole campaign.
Wow.
Be careful. He's gonna remember that for next time. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you're a mastermind rogue.
Yeah, I know. It's not like I've really taken risks.
Yeah, he's usually so far away from the front line, like it's wild. Okay, so all of that stuff happens. What I'm gonna have here happen, and we'll actually talk about this at a later time.
What about my time? What about my 3 days?
That's what we're getting there. I'm trying to finish up Kubo's here because
after
this, you're all going to get some information that may change how you move forward. So I want to, establish stuff here. Let me just make sure, get everything right here. So eventually, as Sebastian wakes up, he's kept in the basement. He is strapped to a chair at all times. His gauntlet is taken from him. And you see that the gauntlet seemed to be just purely a weapon. There was no magical effect to it. It's not even like a magical weapon. It's just a very specific weapon. And he's tied down, and for a long period, he's just like, it's like very intense, like torture level intense. Like his like jaw is strapped shut, and he's got like a blindfold on at all times, and like it's very like extreme how much he's just like locked down at all times. And your father questions him in private a lot of the time, but brings you in from time to time. And he is very determined not to share any information. So I think for the first 3 days, you guys don't get anything really out of him.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Real quick, we can do this quickly though. I did want to specify if there was a moment alone with Ariana and Peregrine, Kubo was gonna ask his parents about Farrell a bit more.
Yeah. So we'll kind of allied these scenes together. So we'll say this is like the first day when you guys have gotten back. Ariana sees you, goes, "You don't look hurt at all. Wonderful, good job. You're such a professional. Very impressed by you." He goes, "The orphan that you brought to us, we have found him a lovely home. He actually left earlier today. So he is all taken care of. I wanted to give you that comfort." As she looks over your shoulder and sees Kyle coming in from moving the car another inch, you're in like a messed up, disguise of her, and she just
Hey, beautiful. I just straight up lean into it as I walk in. Yeah.
He's like, "Did you approve that? Is that going to be a common thing? Is that?"
I'm sorry, Mother. It was.
I wink at
It worked. It worked quite well.
Similar things in the past, so
The Cadros law offices have lots of people in our employ. He could have just gone in as himself. I don't. It's fine.
Take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment, Mother. You are very beautiful.
All right. So she lifts that up. Yeah, we can have this conversation here. That's totally fine. You managed to get them alone. Peregrine, do you want this to be at like the pool of blood?
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining he's in his real form.
Yeah. So he is fully in his angelic form, terrifying, multiple wings, several sets of eyes, huge. And this is right after you guys have dealt with Sebastian's body.
Okay. So Kubo is just kind of kicking his feet in the pool of blood. I'm sorry, I love it. And he's just gonna kind of be like, "So, is Farrell well?"
He looks to Ariana, and you don't need to roll insight for this, but you can to get extra information. This is what you get without rolling. He looks, and Ariana gives her a nod as if she's giving him permission to say something.
Okay.
And he goes, "Yeah, he's doing well. He's really moved up the ranks pretty quick down there. We're pretty proud of him,
Okay, I only got a 7 on that insight, so I feel like that's all Kubo's gonna get right now.
Yeah, that's all you get without
Just totally
asking further.
Okay, Kubo will just kind of nod his head and be like, "Well, does Callie know?"
She knows that he is in communication, and we have them talk as frequently as is appropriate, as they want to.
Kubo actually looks a bit, I don't know, relieved is maybe a weird way to say it, but like kind of like lighter after hearing it, like, "Oh, okay. Is I am terrible. I don't even remember the child's name, but is she okay?"
Oh, yeah. They're living out their mortal lives as best they can. Ariana actually gets up and walks out of the garden here, and Peregrine just kind of looks to Kubo and is like, "Hey, I know, I'm an angel. We're very closely connected to the divine realms. I don't want you worrying too much about all that. Heaven, hell, your life is going to decide where you go, and that's your thing. That's your concern. That's your problem. So don't stress about me and your brother. He's fine. Everything's fine. I shouldn't have told you. He starts getting up.
No. I'm grateful. It's just for so long I've blamed myself, and I feel better knowing that something good came out of it.
Death is always a tragedy, and it is a shame that he died. You are right to mourn for him. That is the correct thing to do as a mortal. Him being his soul persisting in hell is incidental to the tragedy of his death. So don't overthink it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Don't worry about me. I'm happy. Okay, Dad. Good talk.
Yeah, good. Keep hunting for that truth, buddy. Yep. Pats you on the back. Walks away. You realize your father has not called you Grudge since the first time he named you that. He is still calling you Kubo. Nobody is using the name Grudge. It seems to have really just kind of slicked off like water.
Maybe that's okay though. I feel like maybe Kubo's thinking to himself, like maybe my name is just good. Maybe Kubo is okay.
I can't wait to hear it. There's absolutely no way Kyle would let it drop.
I called my name in the first session. Wait, I did, didn't I? Well, it doesn't matter now. I don't know if you heard. Yeah, he introduced himself as Grudge in the first session. I don't know if we remember that.
Yeah,
though.
I think we have the recording. It's not a big deal.
I'll glance through them. Actually, are they all uploaded now?
Only the first session is, or the second session. The first session wasn't recorded. But the third session I have recorded, but I haven't uploaded. So I'll upload it now. Right. So we'll never know on the first session. That's all good. Kyle, what are you spending your time here?
So mine's actually going to be kind of broken down by days. That first day, he's going to be begrudgingly acknowledging the fact that he's going to be more directly involved in things that have a bigger chance of going sideways than he normally is. So it's pretty much going to be like a montage from like Iron Man or something like that just has him with his, coat up on a large mannequin and, a blowtorch in one hand, trying to, improve it in various different ways to justify him taking the Armorsmith subclass and getting all the extra fancy stuff from that.
You take up a whole section in the garage where they make weapons and stuff, and it's just your place for a while.
Oh yeah. Day 2, he's gonna try and hunt down Peregrine.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty quick to find him. We'll just to keep things all connected. This is one of the times where he's been lowering over Leopold and just kind of like entered his room and watched him studying. And so you see him walking away from Leopold's room going like, fucking divine summoner, might as well call them enslaver. It's all they really are. Gosh, fucking piece of shit. He's just grumbling to himself. He walks by you as he's grumbling.
I need to discuss my price.
Price? Ooh.
You offered me payment for assisting in hiding your apparent friend back there. Yeah. I know what I want.
I think he looks at that and he's like, usually I just let you pick your price in gold after the fact. I'm good for it as long as it's not.
You know what? If I want money, I'll get money. I don't need to do stuff like this for that.
All right. Nah, well, let's talk. He walks you over. You walk in like a study of his.
Someone has been in my head.
Been in your head? What do you mean?
When that Warren fellow was laying out his mojo on us, I remembered something. I need help remembering the rest of it.
So your price is using my resources to figure out what was in your head. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I don't know what neuromantic, psychic, divinative aspects or whatever you can get into. I don't do magic.
You're from Terran's Bounty.
I do illusions. And a bird flies out of my arm as I just like I'm not even like drawing attention.
Illusions, Michael.
Illusions.
We lose another 10 minutes of the day as Peregrine's trying to get the dove out of his office again. Like, shit! Stop throwing doves around my house. No, just kidding.
No, it's canon now.
Well, did it happen in the car at one point? Like,
yes, it did.
It's extremely funny.
I'm not a magic guy. I'm a magician. Was the line.
Or what if you throw pennies out of your, like how Job does in Arrested Development? Sorry.
Because I'm not a hack. That's why.
No, you're right. I apologize.
So he goes, well, if it is magical, we can get in there right now. Hey, you are from Terran's Bounty, right? Like, you were born there. That's where you grew up, right?
So that was a question I was going to ask. I didn't actually intend that to be the place that I had grown up,
Okay.
but you applied that it was, so I'm totally fine with that.
Let me know your design. I'm building my character around your design, my world around your design. So what would you prefer?
No, that was one of the places he had journeyed to at some point in his, I don't know.
Okay. So Terran's Bounty, I was picturing, was far out to the west. Like, this is kind of like Missouri to New York style distance. Is that fair to say? But you're not from Terran's Bounty. That's just where you did a lot of your work.
I'm probably only vaguely aware of that, where I'm actually from. I mean, you remember the super early stuff from my backstory, right?
Right, yeah. So you were Tiggles McDermott. I remember all of that. That was like a larger city you were
that was a larger city, and that was after they had fled from that one land that was, more or less under the autocratic rule of and racist rule of elves. Because remember, I was smuggled. Me and my mom were smuggled out, and then we ended up with wherever Tiggles is, and the bounty was during my wandering years, like probably early 30s.
Gotcha. So can I establish that you are a a migrant? You are from the Eastern nation. Like, you're the Europe equivalent.
Yeah.
So your first memories as a child are like you and your mother crossing the sea to Remalin, and this continent is called Yala. But yes, so all that to say, yeah, your first memories as a child are coming over. Was your mother an elf or your father an elf?
Yeah, so to recap it, it's kind of like a reverse Dragon Age situation where like the elves are kind of the ruling class,
right?
The humans are super local. My father was the elf lord.
Okay.
He hadn't actually born any sons. My mother was like a human servant. After his actual wife found out she was pregnant, sentenced her to death.
Don't know if this was in your backstory. I made some pretty detailed notes, but
it was totally in the first session, the first section of them that I sent to you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is on me. Oh, I am so sorry. Yeah. Okay. I will pull that up, but this still holds true. So all that stuff will hold true. We're gonna move forward. I'm gonna read this and get more educated. I don't know how I missed that. I'm so sorry. Like, there's like one big phrase and then there's a break, and I've only read it after the gang leader portion. So that's on me. I'm so sorry. So all that to say, okay, we're still recording. Great. He goes, well, let's just do a cursory glance. We'll pay you up front. He wraps his giant, like meaty hands around your head, and he just casts detect thoughts. And he's gonna, say, try to fail this. Will you willingly fail and let him kind of get into your brain?
Yeah, I might have to struggle a little bit to force myself not to fight against it, because I mean that's just his personality. But he would mostly suppress and submit any kind of active resistance.
Okay, so that was for him. He gets into your brain. He starts fiddling around. You can feel his kind of fingers going through your brain, and a lot of younger memories starting to come up of like being on the boat, and some like very scattered memories of being in the continent that Iala is in, or that Iagren is in, which I thought I named, but now I can't find. So let me see. Let's name it Torellin. I feel like that's from somewhere, but it's vibing with me. So the nation on the European, equal nation is Torellin. And you have like scattered memories there. Like you remember being there and seeing this stuff. And he finds that memory you remember of this dangling, metal or like bulb and everything. But he pulls out finally and removes his hand and just kind of sits. He's, I don't know what to tell you this, but there's nothing magical going on in there. Nobody's been messing with your memories. I mean, not magically, at least. Like there's nothing. There's no indication that you've been fiddled with. I imagine if it's memories from when you're young enough, you might just fully not remember them. Your brain just hasn't held on to them. The brain's not a perfect organ. It's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to recall every memory from when you're a child. But like, nobody's done anything magical to your brain. Like I was casting detect magic while we were doing that. There's nothing in there that, is out of the ordinary.
Can you find thoughts even if I don't, or memories that even if I don't know I have them?
Even if you don't know you have them, it's a hard question to ask. I mean, it's hard. Like I can get in there like you're asking, but it's not a one-day thing. It's like I will probably have to like put you under, get you into a fugue state, and then get like a professional here because I'm not that good at delving into memories. That might take a couple weeks to establish because they're expensive and they're hard to get. But if you really want me to do that, that's a worthy price. Like, I'll give you some gold on top of it.
Set it up. That's what I want. I don't need gold.
He nods and yeah, no, for sure. That's totally reasonable. Totally reasonable. Yeah. So
if you did, however, want to tip me, and I'd pass him a note with it's a list of Adlaria's known aliases. Have your associates keep an eye out for these names.
He looks at the list and he looks back at you and he's like, I think I know a lover squabble when I see him. You want me to keep track of your ex? Is that what you're telling me?
In a perfect imitation of Ariana's voice, I'd tell him, get out of the study.
Ariana's voice? It's like,
yeah.
Okay. So we'll end there. We'll end that little scene there. Now, I'm all good with that. Now, these are 4 bits of information that you're going to find, 3, that you find out after all of this has kind of settled. So this is kind of the news that's slowly trickling in. First, your mother's efforts to keep the news quiet about the assault on their home is mostly successful. Like they use protection. They tons of people don't know about the assault even happening, and if they do, they know that it was paramilitary freaks that were anti-divine. There's not a lot of noise about your family being divine or doing anything untoward.
Okay.
There is a small amount of tabloid like rags starting to accuse the Kadros family of being divine in nature, of being angelic / demonic, and like weird grainy photos that you recognize as being like your garden from a very far away angle, and like it's really hard to see your dad, in his natural form in this way.
No.
And so they start like really, really hammering down security around the place. They put up like a larger fence around the garden. Like, they do a lot of stuff, but there is starting to be some twittering about the Kadros family being divine in nature.
Okay.
You have something you want to say, Kyle?
No, that was day 2. I still had day 3 going.
Okay, so we'll go to day 3 and then I'll visit the next 2 bits of information.
Yeah. Kyle's gonna visit Sebastian down in his cell or wherever he's being held.
Is it all right if we do this with the rest of the party as kind of our final scene?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we'll do that. We'll have this.
Well, in that case, if you want to do those other information bits first or something, then
yeah. So I'm going to do the last 2 bits of news. Then we're going to have that be our final everybody together scene as he finally starts breaking here. 2, the prison massacre has been dominating the news. And it's caused a lot of unhappy people to be it's like the center of debate in the city for a long time, because it's like, okay, like who did this? Why did they do this? It was clearly like an extra military force. Like there are conspiracy theorists losing their minds about it, but also there's like this really sick undercurrent of like this conservative leaning section of the populace that's like, well, they were on death row. Does it matter? Like,
Oof.
you know what I mean? Like they were already gonna die.
Yeah.
And so
Stormfront.com exists in our world, basically, is what you're saying.
Is that I don't know what that is, but
Apparently.
It's a neo-Nazi site. It's actually where the name of the villain from The Boys. That's where the name actually originally came from.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's actually a super subtle hint about what was going on with that character, but yeah.
Interesting. No, that's cool. So yeah, there's a lot of discourse, a lot of that sort of stuff, but there isn't a lot of witnesses to the event, and the few that were are the people that you helped escape. And I kind of doubt that Kyle would go out of his way to make a statement and be a witness for that, but he may have if you still have that ability to do that. Last, and this one is for Leo. News comes out finally that they've done the full investigation of the fires that happened at the university that Leo was at before, and they have found and identified the body of 1 second. A Borosis Iala. And this is a man, and he was a very, very well-known summoner. Single, childless. The body of his contemporary, that would be interesting to Leo, that his mother, that there were rumors they were in a relationship, but also she is childless. Her name is Saren Dorn, and her body has not been recovered. They do not know where she is. She is missing.
And only I'm hearing this?
No, this is like something you just see in like a newspaper, basically.
Oh, okay. That I just read. Okay.
And so yeah, there's other information about they've confirmed that the fire was caused by a hellish influence, and it was called up. There's evidence of your ritual summoning circle, and so there's rumors of foul play. There's a whole the department of the detectives, Sheen City Detective Agency, attempting to track down and kill / bring to justice whoever caused this horrible tragedy. The death count is in about 20 to 30 people died in the fire, including your father, or this person that would match your father's description, given your tattoos.
It doesn't say where he's being held. They just said they found his body.
Yes, they just said they found his body.
Okay. Well noted.
And so those are the bits of information that you get as these kind of cases resolve and things become public knowledge and everything like that. And then we're going to end our scene getting down into this deal. So you guys all come down to see Sebastian. He was a very fancy looking boy when you first met him. He no longer has his right ear. It has been cut off / torn off. He's missing about every other tooth on his front jaw. His upper teeth, he's missing about every other tooth. They've been torn out. And he has a huge black eye and several lacerations around his arms. And he's just sitting with bloody saliva dribbling out of his mouth as you guys walk down and see him. It doesn't look like he's eaten for a while.
Quick question: Is he still wearing the same outfit that that we first found him in, like the same
Very
clothing?
torn up, very, very messed up. But yes.
Oh, okay. So first, I'm gonna immediately approach him.
I was actually gonna ask. I was gonna actually ask if I could start this with you guys in the hall, at just listening in. You can potentially jump in real quick, but
Can Kubo be guarding the door? Would that?
yeah, either. I mean, functionally either way. Just he wants to start. He wants to start this as kind of a
Kyle, you got this.
from his position to be a solo position, and in game, Kyle would basically say, I literally speak his language.
So
Okay, before Kyle goes in, then
Yes.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. It was like, Kyle, just letting you know it might smell bad in there. I kind of threw up in the car ride, and then he was also in the bag with me. I found out a bit later. So if you smell anything or see stains, just don't say it was me, okay? And then I let him proceed in the room.
you hear the guy inside scream out in Dwarven, because only you can hear it. At least give me a fucking bath. I reek. It's itching.
Dang it, don't speak.
I yell back in my, most gruffest I can make my voice. Not true, dwarf would ever ask for a bath.
I don't know what you said. I fully don't.
No true dwarf would ever ask for a bath in a thick. I was doing like a Scottish brogue, but all right.
Yeah,
You hear an incredible screaming, just like, "Rah!" Like. Was that actually just in a Scottish accent that was so intense I couldn't understand it?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to re-listen to that in the future so that I can try to understand. That was very good.
Right.
Okay.
Weird. All right, I'll stop. I will utilize the reflector plates that I've installed in my armor to justify this, and just straight up basically cast disguise self and myself look like a tall for a dwarf, but still within dwarven range. And
roll a deception here as you walk in.
All right.
You die immediately.
No.
Reroll.
18?
Mhm.
Okay, so as you walk in, he goes, also, they got a fucking dwarf to talk to me. Put me in. It looks like all of his language has become very messed up because his teeth are so messed up. And he's speaking in Dwarven. He's not speaking in English or like in common, this kind of high, well-practiced common accent. He's like, oh, you put me in a divination-proof room. I see the runes. Now you're gonna bring me a dwarf to try and schmooze me off.
Again, I look at him, and I'm basically I say something. Say, the big bear buys big batches of bunnies.
Are you trying to like code speak with him?
No, I'm screwing with him because he can't make B sounds without teeth.
What?
Damn.
You see him a couple times, and like his lips malform on it. He's like, "Fuck yeah!" Like what do you want? Are you going to get me out? Are they going to be negotiating my freedom here?
Okay. Quick aside. When exact? What was the exact time frame for the Iagren thing again? How long ago was that?
Iagren, yes. I believe it's like 50 years ago. It's been a good chunk of time.
Right. What do you know about your cousin's activities in Yala about 60 years ago? That would have been my childhood, roughly.
In Yala? Huh. You mean on this continent? You mean not over in the Yala?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry, my bad. Torellin,
that's fine. It's fine. Well, 60 years ago, of course, it was the war. They were stampeding all over the nation. I was there for it. It was terrible. What's the save, Kubo?
Oh, the save? Here you go. It is 13 charisma save.
Okay. He gets a nat 1.
Yes.
Oh, you fucking casting magic on me now.
I have never cast a spell in my life. I say with my hands outstretched, completely honestly, actually.
Yes, I made some allies, I suppose you could say, with some lesser than pleasant dwarves, but I didn't do anything. I just made the relationships.
I've heard stories of some children that may have been exposed to methods similar to what you used on the target while he was in your custody.
Children. That is a wild story that you've heard. Oh. He like tries to like brush his lips against his teeth and winces because a lot of them are like loose now. It's like, oh fuck.
Insight check.
Yeah, roll an insight.
Nat 20.
He has heard about the thing you're talking about, but you didn't ask him a question, so he's not responding. He,
Okay.
He just is saying that's a crazy story.
Yes, and it's one I feel you know a great deal about. So I'd like for you to start telling me a very, very great story. And then I'm going to pull a gun out.
Oh my gosh.
Looking at the door to make sure that they can't see me or the gun.
Hide the gun between you and him.
Yep.
Just, also, you're going to give me an easy out. Is that the transaction? You want me to tell story? You know how spell works. Ask questions.
I want to know everything that you know about children ending up in a situation.
I want to know when I will either die or be released. You still not ask question. He starts leaning into the gun.
Well, I'm sorry if you thought I brought this to offer you an easy out. And I'm gonna just look him calmly in the eyes, look down, and shoot him in the kneecap.
God! He just
man, the sound.
Screams. It's like, fuck! God! He's breathing. He's like just screaming for a while. Like, fine, yes, I know, children, like small retinue of elves and human children have children together tactically. Make no one in the island would ever suspect half human. I can't hear you. I can't.
Oh, right. That's I cock the gun again, move it about an inch up his leg from the kneecap, and say, "You're talking kind of slow."
Okay, I'm sorry. Look, it's hard to speak with teeth missing. Yes, small retinue of children. I don't know how many. Selected by government and Taral and Zorel, and make sleeper agents too strong. Just children that are half elf, half human, able to hide in Yala, because nobody suspects half breed much to be Zorellan agents. So that's all I know. That's all I know. I swear. I just heard about. I saw a dossier once, years ago.
This is all in Dwarven, right?
What?
This is all still in Dwarven, right?
Yes, all in Dwarven.
I'm gonna clear the reflector plate illusion from my coat. It just kind of look at him in my normal attire. You know me.
Does he know you?
Have you? Yeah, like is my face familiar to you? I guess probably be a more.
He like winces and looks at you. No, I've never seen you in my life. Never.
Man, Kyle is dealing with some major internal conflicts right now.
I don't want to get in the way of your thing, but if I can help, Kubo's gonna like, kind of maybe awkwardly, but not gonna be like, hey Kyle, I hope this is going well, but I just thought I'd come in and say I forgot to heal his injuries from the last session. So if you're having a hard time understanding him, I can go ahead and heal him, and then, well, you know what happens if he doesn't cooperate.
God, that's not the thing. Kyle is now scared about you. About everything.
Well, I haven't heard you.
And he said, well, right? He said that in Dwarven. Kyle's super anti-killing, but all of his instincts are straight up telling him, just kill this dude, kill this dude, kill this dude.
Well, Kubo's not gonna wait. Well, if you're
Okay.
still just sitting there, I can heal his mouth so you can at least hear him talk better. Is what Kubo.
So I'm also going to say here too, you cannot maintain this privacy after shooting him in the knee. They will be able to come in.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure they heard it. I just didn't know if they would respond or not.
Oh, yeah, I did. I said, what was that?
Yeah, you guys come in, you see that he's been shot in the knee, and you hear them kind of bantering in Dwarvish for a while as he's like, I don't know, you know, like as he has the gun trained on him. So you guys can interact here.
If it's okay, Kyle, unless you stop Kubo, and Leo, you can keep talking. But
He will allow you to come forth and heal him.
Yeah,
But
that's all I'm gonna do.
Kyle is readying an action, basically, to shoot him in the base of the neck if he starts to say something related to the you wouldn't know. I'm just telling you.
I just want to kind of just. I just wanted to. I'm so sorry. I can listen. It's okay. Anyways, but so Kubo is gonna like kind of like this is. I'm doing this trying to be creepy, so maybe it'll work. But he's gonna kind of go forward and like honestly, like very super gently, like touch this guy's face and like just heal it, but like look him in the eyes, like he heals and reconstructs him. It's just like like just so kindly, like just so gently, and then like with a wicked smile, is gonna turn back to you, Kyle, and be like, "There, he should be able to, cooperate better now." And Koopa's gonna go back to the door.
He starts speaking in common. He's like, all right, so
So that's about 16 more teeth I can now pull out, and you got another kneecap again.
I'm dead either way, clearly. So use me for what you want, and just make sure they can't get a hold of me, because as bad as this is, I promise you, the government of Torellin will make me live much longer, much worse. So, you've won. You have an asset. Congratulations. Aren't you proud?
A little bit. I had great gams.
Gams?
Yeah, it's a super old 1920s or saying for like the calves. Was it because I was in like high heels and a dress?
Because you were dressed like Ariana. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Awkward. Wait, that's my mom.
I know.
Come on,
Hey, they were mine. I can't change my muscle structure.
Oh, okay. No shame. Kubo, if it's okay with you, Kyle, is gonna ask this guy a question. Just be like, I just don't understand. What do you have against people of divine origin? I mean, this is not a good example currently, but there are normal people in the world aside from me.
Oh, Asimar filth like you would totally say that. He says that in Dwarvish, and he goes, I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
As he did, I'm just casually. I'm gonna shoot off one of his toes.
Oh!
In the middle of that, just pop.
Another string of expletives and screaming. And
Whether in Dwarvish, I'm gonna reply. Whatever, no matter what tongue you speak in, I expect it to be civil.
He's like breathing really heavily. He goes, the Torellin nation, specifically the Iagren Dwarves, hate the divine, and you could say it stems from a lot of distrust. It is unnatural, no, for things not of the material plane to be here. Gods, angels, demons, don't they have their place? Don't they have their place they're supposed to be? Them being here only frustrates the order of life and death and birth. Iagren Dwarves understood that very well. And so, their family, rather than exerting their efforts in controlling the divine or the hellish,
Oh shit!
control man.
Iagren, is that a? I thought it was a nation. Is that like a
Yes.
clan or family? Okay, all right. Never
So
mind.
Iagren Dwarves are the dwarves that caused the war. They're the ones that were
okay.
locked within the mountain. No, great. You're good.
With what he was saying, I thought it might have been just like a family rather than a nation.
Roll me a history check. Actually, because you would know this probably more than most people.
I was alive at the time. Damn it.
Yeah,
Advantage.
for sure.
My history check's bad.
Don't worry, you won't get a nat 1, so.
I got a 2 and a 1.
I'm so sorry. Can
Okay.
I help?
So
Yeah,
I
people
already
can
have the
I
back.
already have advantage. You can't give me triple advantage.
Sure I can. I pat you on the back.
Kubo
Calm
can roll
down
for
and
himself.
think.
Leo, you can also roll with advantage because this is something you know very well. Your parents would have taught you this. I don't know if Leo can hear us.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Honestly.
Oh, well, all right.
Sorry.
Other people matter. I mean,
So I think this is fair. Kyle, you are lost in your thoughts. You've just had a very huge blow to your ego, sense of self, potentially delivered. And you remember a lot of iconography from the war and things you remember. Kubo, you remember the third family. You remember the third summoner family that that is not one that Leo is a part of. And this is the Farah family. Excuse me, let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, it's Farah.
Yeah.
And these are Iagren Dwarves, a family of Iagren Dwarves. And like Sebastian is saying, their skills of summoning, their skills of binding creatures to their will are not oriented around the divine or hellish. They're around enslaving people. They're around controlling humans, mortals.
Okay.
And so what he's saying is like they've invested all their energy in controlling people, and people are the only ones that are supposed to be in the material realm.
Right. So Kubo real quick is gonna like narrow his eyes at this guy and be like, there's no point in arguing with a moron, especially one so blinded by hate, but you do realize that what you're saying is that you're just playing gods yourself. Our actions, if that we make, affect other people, and sometimes it's awkward to have to take, I guess, responsibility for it, but you can't try to play God and also...
You're talking to wrong person. I am just here for paycheck.
Right.
The dwarf, and then corrects himself. He's like,
I smack him across the face. I just want to backhand him real quick.
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm just tired, and obviously my friends here have more business. But real quick, something that you said stood out to me. So, do you perhaps know if the Farah family had orchestrated this attack on my friend here, or asked for him to be a target?
When you're pointing at Leo here?
I mean, he knows who Leo was and that Leo was the target, so I don't point, but I can. If
general gesture at the room. Yeah.
He goes, you have very much lucked out in getting someone that knows more than a typical, run-of-the-mill twerp. So I will give you the knowledge that I have. Leo.
I shoot off another toe.
What?
I shoot off another toe. He called me a run-of-the-mill twerp.
The pain is starting to kind of mellow out into a general just raucous.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm sorry, distinguished gentlemen. The
Don't assume my gender. Shoot off another toe.
Okay, fine. I've only got like 4 more of those. Okay.
Kubo shrugs. And
At this point, just take them all. Whatever. I don't care anymore.
I'll roll back.
Please stop. Please stop. I need to get this out. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. he says, now, this is not, there are several levels of what's happening here. Your cute little city and some of the delegates within have hired a group I believe they don't understand the scale of to assist in their little pursuit. I'm sure you know that here in Sheen City, plenty dislike the divine and hellish. And so, some Torellan nationals got a contract to spin a certain narrative that the divine were causing problems, and that narrative has been delivered. However, some of those contractors saw our wonderful friend here, Leo, and realized the scale of things that they could accomplish with our young companion. And that's when Vorvin show up, Warren, whatever the hell his name is, and that's when he started getting involved, and they tried to extract our good friend Leo. And by pure luck, pure happenstance, it looked like you managed to slip out with their prize. So congratulations. I very much doubt it was part of any of Sheen City's plan for that prison to get shot up like that. That was Torellan, 100%. I'm positive. I'm sure of it.
I prefer to think of it as an unanticipated portion of my plan, but taken into account.
Kubo actually doesn't react to that. But I'm gonna nod. I'm gonna look back at Leo.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter either way. Whatever. And just kind of like, well, friends, I have a meeting to go attend. So, well, he heals this guy up again, reattaches his toes, and looks at you, Kyle, and is like, "Have fun." And then Kubo leaves.
Okay.
Well,
Anything,
but
Leo? Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say before. Well, as I see Kubo leave, I will follow him, but I'm gonna go up to the guy. I will go up to Bass. And I'll get real close to his face. I'm not anyone's prize. I am a human being just like you. So treat me with respect because I haven't done anything to you. But I can, and I have, and my tattoo goes to its gray white form, and you see 3 summons as 1 appear on my shoulder, and 2 appear on either of his shoulders. We wouldn't like that, right? So if you treat me kind, I will treat you kind. And I will leave, and you see these 3 little creatures hop off of him and follow me.
Doing that cute little raven hop down his body and follow you out the door.
I straight up thought you were gonna let the birds like start eating him alive, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh no, what you guys see is definitely not a bird. You guys see
I was gonna
these
hand
3
you-
little
I was gonna-
creatures following me out.
What kind of creatures are they? Can you describe them real quick? And then we'll go back.
They
He sent a
they
picture.
yeah, I sent a picture. Like
right.
they're exact.
Oh, geez.
They're like little
Okay.
freaky.
But they're small. Like they like 1 on each shoulder.
Kinda.
Poopy.
They're like little
Beautiful.
monkey people. Yeah, he looks appalled and a little disgusted. Is just, kind of frozen.
And I take me and my 3 summons with me out the door.
They clamber
Kyle,
up your
have fun.
back.
Kyle, have fun.
Okay, sorry, last thing. This will be our last thing for today. What do you want to end with here, Kyle?
What were those half-elven children brainwashed to accomplish?
Because the zone of truth is still going on. I cannot lie to you. I don't know. But I do know that there are a couple elven lords that use it as an opportunity to sleep around with human women on the government's bill.
I want names.
It was years ago. He's gonna roll a history check. He said, I don't know a lot of names, big names, elves you'd hear about that are important.
Does Kyle does he perceive anyone in the hallway still, or does he think they've left?
I'm gonna say you're not able to tell.
I mean, okay, all right. What of House? And he kind of glances at the door nervously. Vauchelin.
As you say that name, he gets a much higher history check as he thinks back on it. He goes, "Oh, I'm afraid to tell you, yes, I do recognize that name. I don't know what he did, but he was one of the most honored elves, I suppose you could call it."
You're muted. No,
You're muted. Oh no.
Damn it. He probably wouldn't have a frame of reference, but if anybody else was listening, this would seem incredibly out of character for Kyle. Just a very chilly kind of tone takes over. Honored for what?
The most children, the most human women, the most partners which was to make half human, half elf, half third children.
And why did he do that?
Say that one more time. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, and why did he do that? He was doing it really cold and quietly. Sorry.
I don't know, because he was a corn dog. What do you want me to tell you? Elves, men, we all like sex, right? New, different people.
I want you to tell me something that gives me a good reason not to kill you. In the worst way I can imagine. And I'm gonna fling open my coat, which has all kinds of just like, it looks like you're basically looking at like the motherboard of a supercomputer if it was just scaled up to see the just like sheer number of nonsense stuff in there. And I can imagine a lot.
So when you're saying, I want you to tell me, what are you asking him? I'm sorry, at the beginning kind of got lost.
I don't remember my exact wording. I want you to tell me
like why I shouldn't kill you, or why how
yeah,
you want
yeah, tell me why I shouldn't kill you in the most creative way I can imagine, and I can imagine a lot. That's what it was.
I'm smart. I speak Dwarvish.
So do I.
And
well, so I'm the one that is not currently hanging from the roof in shades. So I feel like I am arbitrarily smarter than you.
he laughs. He's like, that's fair point. That's fair point. I think he honestly just kind of goes slack and goes, I can't think of a single reason other than kindness to kill me quickly.
What he's wearing the tattered business suit, right?
Yeah. Is this best as a fade to black moment so we can imagine how bad it is? Or
no. I had an idea that would have been really funny if he'd had armor, but all right.
And he never breathed again.
Obviously I'm reaching down with one arm, like I'm holding my gun to his like heart, basically, but it's actually under his armpit while I'm poking him with my left finger, and I fire off a blank.
He
winces.
Looking in his
eyes for an expression change.
He winces and he looks like, like he's ready for it and like prepared to like feel the pain and then expire. He's like, oh, you sick bastard! Come on! He starts like throwing himself against the chair.
In Dwarvish, I just lean in. I'm like, I promise it will not be that easy.
Okay, I'm gonna force us because it is 6 p.m. We gotta fade to black.
Then I turn and leave. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're gonna fade to black. Any last things you guys want to do very quickly? Like not RPing scenes, just describe anything else you guys want to do with this information.
I don't know, but good session.
Okay, so we're gonna end here the recording, and then we can have a quick talk and